Let's go to the board. It's brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. We start in London. The London games are back.
Kill me.
And, of course, Jacksonville is involved.
Also,
I think
kill me.
Twice this year they'll make the
losing
trip.
2 home games to this.
Jags -3 against the Falcons. Too easy. Jacksonville?
Nope. I don't want no part of it. Jacksonville does good in London covering numbers, but they're as underwhelming as any team in the league. Trevor Lawrence has not taken the step forward. The O-line looks like shit. The red zone offense is a disaster. Now I got to fly halfway across the world after getting housed by Houston, and I'm taking on an Atlanta team off a loss who the road game, the running game will get back on track this week. I can't bet Ritter. I don't want to bet the Jags as favorites. What's Lawrence as a favorite now?
I don't know.
Like 1 in a million?
Yeah.
I will not start my Sunday at 9:30 in the morning with somebody shitting in my coffee. And that's what betting on this game is. If you want the Jags, I will root for you. I cannot be involved in this game.
No, I'm not betting this, but I think the side, are we all right over there? All right. I think the side is Jacksonville because, okay, they've lost a couple in a row. They haven't looked good. This is a get-right spot in my mind. They stopped the run, top 10 in the league. You know, if you stop Atlanta's run game, you get to do what the Lions did. You make Ritter a piñata and you hit him a bunch of times.
Aha.
Lawrence has talked about urgency, get-right spot. This team has made this trip before, and it's only 3, which is a little concerning. I thought it would have been more. I lean Jacksonville on a day where I've already got better plays. But that's how we begin in London. Put a little extra sugar in your coffee, Mike.
This guy. Go ahead.
All right. Second matchup. This is the matchup of the day. Dolphins, Bills in Buffalo. Buffalo minus a flat 3 time of taping.
All right. So look, for me, it's simple. Miami, this is the peak of the market, right? I mean, they look like a Super Bowl contender. They look like the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC. What McDaniels is doing offensively is obscene. It's so incredible to watch what his design and pre-snap motion is doing to defenses. I don't want to take Miami on the road on a flat 3 or 2.5 now I'm seeing.
Please tell me it's 2.5 because I want to bet Buffalo.
I want to make sure it's a
check
widely available number and not this, hey, I got you $1, like a little trick. Hold on. Because to me, the lean here, it's 2.5, brother.
Hell yeah.
Now, it's going to be juiced to minus 115, but it's 2.5. I just feel like at a certain point, you got to buy back against the Dolphins, but I'm afraid doing it. I mean, right now, would it surprise you if Mike McDaniel brought that oversized watch of his and just dropped 40 on the Bills?
They're the best offense in football. They're the most fun offense to watch in football, and I think they've passed up the Niners, and even the Lions have some fun concepts, but I think Miami's head and shoulders the most fun offense to watch in football.
They are. So do they take it on the road, and do they do it to the Bills? You got a great stat of Allen versus Fangio here.
Well, a couple stats. That one is going to be the one that tips the scale. But the Bills have won 9 of the last 10 in this series. That's not all on this Miami coaching staff. So I looked. In the Mike McDaniel era, all 3 meetings decided by 3 or fewer points. So when you tell me 2.5, you've made the decision for me. Buffalo, Allen against Vic Fangio. 2-0, wins by 17 and 29 points. A 106 passer rating, 4 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 interception.
My fear is Fangio is going to want to keep the safeties high, which is going to require Allen to be patient. What's the problem? I still have it in the back of my mind what he did in New York. He still got loose with the ball last week with a ridiculous interception against the Commanders. I know it was a blowout win. I'm just saying, he's still doing that shit. As badly as I want to be invested in the game, because I want to watch it, I struggle here. I struggle betting into Miami, and I struggle betting on Buffalo.
We'll flip the other side of the ball. The Bills got home last week 9 times. Now, some of that's matchup in Washington's offensive line. But if the Bills' pass rush is half as good as that, and they don't have to blitz and they can keep 2 safeties back for all the speed Miami has, I think they can bottleneck and contain, not stop, but contain some of what Miami does. And then I'll take Allen at home, minus 2.5. Yeah, no, that made the play easier for me. At 3, it was going to be tough. It's one of those either-ors. Do you put it on your card or not? 2.5, I'm going Buffalo.
It's under advisement. Keep going.
Steelers, Texans, Pittsburgh -3 in Houston.
You missed the number. I'm not taking 3. This thing was at 4.5. Do I think the Steelers are any good? No, of course I don't. Josh McDaniels is a piece of shit. It's the only reason they won that game against the Raiders. What an asshole. They can't run it. They don't have a great defense. Cam Hayward out. Any self-respecting team's going to be able to line up and run it a little bit. Houston's O-line's getting healthier. Stroud's been the best rookie quarterback right here, right now. Kenny Pickett or C.J. Stroud. I take Stroud. The problem is I'm not getting a number.
You want like 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. Yeah.
Done. Then you got yourself a deal.
But I think some of this is how impressive Stroud's been. Like, that's the respect of the number, right? Because it's nowhere else on Houston that you find
Correct.
it. He has, I think it's him and Herbert, highest pass attempts without an interception yet this season.
Yeah.
Steelers do still have Fitzpatrick, and they still have TJ Watt. The number just sucks because I don't want to bet Pittsburgh on the road as favorites. So this is a stay away spot to me.
To me, as well.
Yeah.
As well. Again, you can say what side you would pick, or maybe you want to throw Texans in a teaser or something.
Sure.
I'm not taking that bad number. I'm not doing it.
I think they're good teaser fodder. You get up to 9.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's a whole different argument.
Sure. Next matchup, Eagles minus 8.5 against the Commanders. Eagles, I think, are 17-1 in the regular season, their last 18, with Jalen Hurts as their quarterback.
They were so impressive.
And the loss was against the Commanders.
They were so impressive on Monday night in what they did to the Bucs. But I'm not laying 8 points. It's also going to be one of the most publicly bet teams out there. Again, it's something where if you forced me to play a divisional game, Commanders bounce back after getting blown out. Can they keep this thing close? Could they backdoor 8.5? Maybe. But you're betting into a freight train. I mean, the Eagles really do look like a freight train.
Do
right
they?
now. Yeah.
Hurts 2 interceptions on that Monday night game. Their passing game still hasn't gotten going. They're wisely just leaning on the best offensive line in football.
Right.
But tell me what Washington's strength is.
Yeah, but here's the defense.
The defensive line.
The Eagles up front, I mean, it's amazing. They lose Javon Hargrave. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, 2 of the top 5 interior linemen, according to Pro Football Focus. That front versus Sam Howell.
Sacked 19 times, the most in football.
It terrifies me.
I get it, but off a humiliating loss.
Take the Commanders.
8.5. I'm taking the Commanders.
Look at you. Okay.
So I said I'm excited to bet on bad football teams.
Oh, God. You got nothing on 2 of my picks.
The next one is the gross one, I assume. This is 2 0 football teams. Winless Broncos at winless Bears. Denver minus 3.5.
You got to take the Bears. I don't want to do this.
It's maniacal. I love it.
You have to take the Bears. I mean, all right. I'm making one assumption, guys. They're just going to go YOLO and let Justin Fields run around and do his thing. He's not carrying the ball. They're not designing runs for him. I mean, in Tampa, he had 3 runs for 4 yards. They got destroyed at KC. They can't be worse. You want me to take a Denver team who just gave up 70. They're 0-3. Their quarterback turns into a pumpkin in the second half. I'm getting north of a field goal. I mean, if the Bears go out and lay down and get beat by 40 again, you're talking about people being fired before October 1st, or technically on October 1st. Jim, no one's betting the Bears. The number's not moving. It's just sitting there. No one's betting them except me. I am going to bet the Bears plus 3.5.
There are 3 teams.
I hate myself.
3 teams getting 25% or less in terms of bet percentage.
Bears have got to be
The
one.
Bears are one of the 3. The Commanders are another one of the 3. And the third team I'm going to play later. I'm with you on the Bears.
Oh, no.
Let's do this.
Only way it's worse is if he Costa locks it.
It's not the cost.
Thank God.
Here's the cap on it. You're a home dog, more than a field goal. You just got your brains beat in. Mike, if they don't win this game or at least cover, we can put them on the DNR list. Do not resuscitate. Do not touch. Do not bet. This is a back against the wall. Last week was a week from hell, right? Your DC gets thrown out. Your quarterback's calling out coaching. This is a back to basics, north of a field goal, at home. If you can't get it done, DNR, do not resuscitate.
Look, it's disgusting.
Have you seen the Eberflus deal? They have lost 13 in a row going back to week 8 of last year. Wait, I'm not done. The stat gets worse.
Oh, my God.
Every other team in the league has won at least 3 in that span. Their point differential is minus 190, 80 points worse than every other team in football.
And this is who I'm betting on. This is what I've done.
This is their last stand. And if not, we throw them away and we never consider them again.
We're standing up for the city of Chicago is what this man is telling me.
Broad shoulders.
I hate everything. I just wanted to say that out loud.
So, all right.
Move.
Next matchup, Browns-Ravens. And this is the delivery of the week. It's brought to you by Hungry Howie's Flavor Crust Pizza. That's the official pizza of Cash the Ticket. Browns -2.5 at home against the Ravens.
Browns.
Ravens.
Make your case, I guess.
This is our friendship fork in the road.
What's the problem?
You love the Browns. I love the Ravens. This goes back to the start of the season.
The Browns.
You bet them every week.
Well, they owed me money. I had to bet them last week, and they smashed the Titans.
You know what they did? They gave you your return.
At what point do you begin to leave your like? You know what this is, Evan? This is logo bias. Let me give you an example. Betting the Browns has a stigma. If Jim says, hey, I'm going to bet a home team with the best defense in football, and I'm only laying 2.5 divisional game, that sounds acceptable. But when you say it's the Browns, nah. It's the same principle. If Jim, now in another life, let's say Jim goes, I went out on a date the other night. She's a CPA. It went very well. No problem. Good for you, Jimmy. But again, if Jimmy goes, yeah, I went to Vegas and banged 2 hookers and laying 2.5, you go, Jim, your life's in a bad place here. That's betting the Browns. There's a stigma to betting the Browns. But they got the best defense in football. Lamar, again, when he was needed in a real football game, showed his ass. Ravens are all kinds of banged up. Why am I wrong taking the Browns -2.5?
Ravens getting healthier up front. Stanley and the center Linderbaum practicing this week. And if you're practicing Wednesday, I assume you're playing on Sunday. That's big against the Browns defense, getting 2 offensive linemen back. Lamar as an underdog. 12-2 against the spread in his last 14. And I'll do you one better. Against the Browns, 5-1 straight up in his last 6. The one loss, he got hurt in the first half, and it was a 2-point final. I'm getting 2.5. I'm taking the Ravens.
I have to remind myself that the Lamar...
And it's the Costa lock.
Oh, now I'm staying with the Browns. Done. Oh, the fact that you Costa locked it, you have no shot of winning now. Oh, yeah. No, I'm staying with the Browns. 2.5.
But you were about to pivot out of it. Can you go back to that for me?
Can't do it. I can't. You just, you pushed me out, and then you took me back, and then you pushed me out again.
I'm sorry to interrupt, buddy. Go back. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say I had to talk myself out of the underdog stats because that isn't the Browns team that's here now.
Right.
And I thought they stabilized last week. I thought Watson was good, not very good, good. And defensively, this is just Myles Garrett could be the best single player in football right now, the way he's playing.
Which is why I think it's big if Stanley's back and
they got a front
back
to do this. I'm going to stay. I'll stay with the Browns. I know what you're doing. You have every right by trend. Just, you know what? Let me die. Just let me die laying on the floor in a puddle of Bears losing tickets and Browns losing. Just let me die. I got to go my own way.
Okay.
I got to take the Browns.
Next matchup, Bengals -2.5 at the Titans.
I hate this. Got to bet Titans. It's Vrabel at home as a dog, off an embarrassing performance. It's Titans. The Bengals don't look right, Jim. And I understand, wow, big 19-16 win over the Rams. Wow, all right, boners for all. They don't look right. The offense is fucked up. They got no vibe. They got no flow. And you're going to play a Titans team that they're not going to let you run the football, which means it's Burrow, one-dimensional, and he don't look right. Defensively, clearly losing the safeties, including Jesse Bates, has messed up what Anaromo wants to do. I wish you would get 3. You'll never see 3 this lifetime or the next with this game.
Which is a dead ringer giveaway of what this is,
it's the
right?
Titans getting the 2.5.
Right. My hesitation with the Titans.
There should be lots of it. They're awful.
Bengals front got home 6 times on Monday Night Football. Tannehill, the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL this season. While Burrow's not okay, if Higgins catches half the balls thrown his way,
yeah, but
do we feel a little better? Well, what's wrong with him?
I don't know. He's done it all year. Look at week 1. 8 targets, no catches. They're messed up. Do whatever you want. I'm just saying.
I'm just not going to bet it, but I think the Titans are the side.
Oh, bullshit. No. You're betting the Titans. Period.
Why? Because I've done the Vrabel dog stat every single week and haven't played it.
Yes.
And this is the week to play it.
You're doing this.
All right, I'll throw it in. But I want on the record my reservations and my hesitations with this Titans team.
We didn't do the bully corner on the college episode because we ran out of time. This is the bully corner.
I'll throw it in.
You're playing the Titans plus 2.5. Son of a
Home
bitch.
dogs,
He tried
let's
to
go.
cap me into a box and then he leaves it there. No, you're playing it.
We got a couple more games in the 1 o'clock window.
Yeah, go ahead.
Colts minus 1.5 against the Rams.
No.
I don't really like either side either. I just stared at it and just blank. I mean, I guess
The problem
Colts,
is,
I guess.
That's what you're doing is guesswork. No, I mean, look, the Colts with Minshew are good.
But
Ish.
is Richardson back this week?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
And with the Rams, their offensive line started to cave in on Monday night.
It's a total stay away. There's no advantage to it. I know. Just no. Can I just say no to one game?
You can say no.